for us to see. Like for me, it was really interesting to observe how you both were conversing, and I love the word that you use, partnering, because that's very essential in any conversation that we have as a coachee.
We explored a huge number of words, some magic words in coaching, and the list can be more than 150 200 words. Let's look at a few sample of them. The first one is shift, very powerful word, especially when you're talking to a client. How does this this particular action or this particular energy shift within you? Or the word coming in the way. So really, what's coming in the way of whatever needs to be done? So some words, some phrases. The third one is curious. This gives a very open and exploratory manner. You mentioned, hey, I'm a little curious to know more. So I'm all excited or curious to know what really is going on. Then is, how would this make you feel? This is especially true when somebody comes back and says, this is some new arenas which I'm trying to look at. So how would this action make you feel, or how does this make you feel? The word feeling can be extremely powerful. The word missing. So hey, what's really missing in the context today? So some keywords, which is also called as magic words, if we use it and we structure our questions around it, can lead to a huge shift in the entire mindset of the participant.
We partner with the coachee, and we're not like one step above, they're not one step below. We're equals in the relationship, and we partner with the coachee to help them come up with their own solutions. So that was wonderful. And also a couple of things that I wanted to share, but I think I'll share at the end. What I loved is the way she began. Like she said, she was tired and exhausted, but by the end of the conversation, there was a shift in her energy. She felt good. She came up with her own solutions. It wasn't that you were feeding her anything, no advice, no mentoring, nothing. You were just holding space for her, and you were asking her questions. So that was beautiful.
Wonderful. Yeah, good. So in fact, I'm going to give you the method to this madness, and all of you can practice it. So anybody else, any other observations? Anybody else has?
So, very quickly, I think what I really admired was the way you went, in addition to what Sunita said, the shift in Sundari's, mood, if that's what you want to call it. But I think I really admired the way you kind of moved from the very specific, and in such a short time, 20 minutes, you moved in a very gentle, non-rushed manner, from the very specific details of, how her week had been, and the specifics of her situation as she described it, to gently nudging her into a self-reflective. And of course, Sundari is also quite a self-aware person, by nature as well, from my interactions that I've had with her. So she, the way you kind of gently nudged her into a self-reflective mode, then nudged her on to visualizing a solution, a possible solution on her own, and then finally ending with some sort of a commitment, which when you say that, so how do you see yourself practicing this in the next few days? I think at that point, she herself was kind of prompted into thinking that fine, I'm going to do this.
I'm trying to say, I think it was a good conversation. The best part is many a times we don't understand our problem, right? So that's the biggest problem. So here I could see Sundari, the way she was conversing, she was clear in her problem, and she also has a solution to her problem. And the way she was narrating the whole thing is very structured conversation. I don't know. I think I was trying to volunteer. Good that I didn't. So I felt that really it was going very well. So what do you say? So it's important that we need to understand our problem first, and that's I think halfway through. And yes, of course, we turn inside and see certain things. We explore ourselves, right? So there are solutions inside within. So just that matter of time, we need to kind of introspect and understand what exactly could be the solution. I think that brings out. I think it's very very matured way of discussing a problem and solutions and what could be a possible way to kind of address that, right? So in our customer scenarios, we do take some problem statement from customer, and yeah, sometimes we go wrong, but sometimes we understand the exact problems and then try to provide solutions. So very well done. Thank you.
You can take another guest, brother. It will be interesting.
That's okay. We'll do it.
So be sure to use some of these magic words in coaching.